If y'all can see that cart right there. And I don't know. It happens quite often. I roll around. I started fighting with my CPAP and ended up being awake for an hour or so. And then I tend to fall asleep not far from when I have to wake up. So now I got to get started. Got to feed the girls. So, go get her and get her situated, and then it's time for me to get a shower and get ready for work.
Amazon's got it for 50. On eBay, there's a blue version selling from 15 to 20. So, the box is not in the best condition, but that's pretty classic. Let's get it.
Love you.
Well, I'm up. That holds like smaller cards.
Couple minutes after 7, and I'm heading off to work. I don't know how much gas is in the car, so I may end up having to stop for gas. I was planning on stopping at Walmart to grab some lunch stuff. Goodness. Ants just tend to make a home in our vehicles whenever they sit for a few days. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I can make it to post without needing to stop and get gas. I've gotten a few pretty good responses to the anxiety thing I put on a video or two ago, and from my perspective, the things that I experience, it's mostly situational. Something happens, and I'm a little bit ashamed to admit it, but like if my football team is getting scorched on the field, or even a NASCAR race, if it gets pretty close to where the driver I'm pulling for is close to winning or close to losing, I feel a little bit of like heart palpitations, get a little bit of accelerated heart rate, or sometimes confrontation causes me to get really anxious. And very few times do I experience anxiety out of the blue, but there has been times where I do feel just really uncomfortable, a little bit jittery and shaky. And if I'm running around the house doing things, sometimes late for an appointment or trying to hustle to get to an appointment, but most of my anxiety feels it's more determining of circumstances or situation. I don't really get, not too often do I get anxiety come over me just for what would seem to be no reason. But I do appreciate the comments and y'all's perspective on that stuff. Val, Shifting Nuggets, appreciate you reaching out to me and sharing your and sharing your point of view on this stuff. I really appreciate that. The gas needle is low, so I am going to stop at the shopette and get me some gasoline. $2.67 per gallon. Not the best around town, but not too bad. Came out to a pond not far from the shop, and it says, snakes present, stay alert, no swimming, and it's children fishing area. Nobody can fish if you're over 15 years old. Had a pretty good workout yesterday at Planet Fatness, my little shed gym, and pretty good dinner. Grilled up some chicken thighs, and in the end I ate a few pork skins, barbecue pork rinds. Might not be the healthiest thing in the world, but they got some protein in it, no carbs or low carbs, and sometimes it just satisfies that hunger for junk food. I've replaced potato chips with pork rinds, and I think it's a much healthier option. I snuck up on a catfish the last time I was over here. I'm gonna walk over here and see if he's here again. Big thing. Looked like he was 3 foot long. I'm sure that's an exaggeration. Maybe 2.5. But nah, there's a lot of trash in the water here. That might have been him. Couldn't see it, but whoa, something big right there. But anyway, well, darn, I wish the water had been clear. I'd like to seen them. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on military installation for family stuff, like this pond, and they have playground areas, and you can come out here and grill and picnic. That's one cool thing about being in the military, that they have enough stuff on post that you don't really have to go into the neighboring town for anything. They have a lot of stuff for morale, welfare, recreation. There's restaurants. You got the post exchange, the commissary. You can do all your shopping on post. And there's movie theater. I don't know if there still is movie theaters, but I believe there is. There's movie theaters, bowling alleys, nightclubs. So there's always been plenty to do on a military installation. I know my workout sessions won't look nothing like Isaac and Julian. You guys are like beasts. Y'all go after it hard, and enjoying watching Freddie get started on his challenge and journey. Hopefully you can sustain it for the whole 30 days of being able to create content and do the workout. And for me personally, I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 days a week in the gym. Try to walk every day. 10,000 steps is my goal. But my workout sessions are going to be a lot less intense than you guys. I hadn't done it in so long. I've lost a lot of muscle mass, lost a lot of strength. It's just something I got to ease my way back into. Take it easy. 52-year-old just can't go jumping in it full bore. One of the positive things about having a YouTube channel and blogging, and others have talked about it, is to leave something behind for your future generations to see, our children and grandchildren to go back and look at, and maybe even great-grandchildren or whatever. But that's a big reason for me too. I have a daughter in North Carolina, and I haven't spent a lot of time in her life near her, because I got out of the Army and I came back home to Alabama, and she was in North Carolina, and I'd get to see her about once a month on a weekend, and we have a pretty close bond, a good relationship. I just didn't spend as much time with her as I'd wanted. Look at there. A dead armadillo. We call them possum on a half shell. But and now she has a daughter, and her name is Carson. My daughter's name is Corey, and granddaughter's name is Carson. So I would like to leave something behind for even my granddaughter to try to get to know me a little bit better throughout the years. That I can't really travel much these days. I can't just jump in the car and go see them. And it's just the way life is. Not blaming nobody, not mad at anybody for it. It's just the way life is. Maybe when I get closer to retirement, I might be able to figure out better ways of traveling up there more often and seeing them. And they've come down here more than I've been up there. But yeah, maybe one day my granddaughter and her children can look back on these things and see their granddad that they probably didn't get a whole lot of time to spend around, and just to get to know me a little bit better. So if they ever come here to see their granddaddy, I want them to know that I've loved them from the moment they were a thought, and I love them with all my heart. I wish I could do more for them, and but it's just the hand that we're dealt, and we got to play that. We got to play that hand, and in a lot of ways, I don't feel like I got it that bad. I got a wonderful wife. As far as the person she is, I am so thankful it's her that I have to take care of. But there are other challenges to being her being disabled, me being a caregiver spouse, that it's a little bit difficult to just go jump in the car and go somewhere. Because one of the main issues, people don't think about this much, but a disabled person having to go to the bathroom, and if we're on the road for 7 or 8 hours, we're going to have to stop a time or two, and those challenges just it's scary to think about. What happens if we can't really find the proper means for Mandy to go to the bathroom, and I have to go with her. It's not like I can just let her go in by herself. I have to be in there with her. So that's the biggest thing that makes travel really difficult. So if I can talk her into it, maybe we'll get a maybe a Class C motorhome. So that way, we can just pull over and use the restroom in the motorhome instead of, having to find a place to go use the restroom. So, yeah, I want to leave a timestamp. I want to leave some video evidence that I was here for my future family to see and know that I am or was a God-loving, caring person, and hopefully I can transfer and convey that message and that love to them through these videos. Oh man, it is hot. I'm gonna cool off here in this car for a minute before I take off. But just want to thank y'all again for stopping in if you made it to the end. And I'm just so thankful for this community of vloggers, and being able to come here and voice my blessings, concerns, opinions, or whatever it is. And I'm just so thankful and blessed to be able to do that. And it's nice to come here and get a really good cross section of people. It's like this community transcends races, religions, cultures. There's people from everywhere all over the United States, Canada, Germany, Australia, Japan. Man, there's folks from everywhere. Really appreciate being able to communicate with folks of that many different areas and cultures. So if you ever thought about jumping in and being a part of the community and vlogging, man, do it. Let's increase this thing. What do you call that word? Yeah, let's multiply the vloggers and just see an explosion of growth. So, man, I hope y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all ever see that movie, We Were Soldiers? That's Doughboy Stadium, where they filmed a scene where it's like a pre-deployment ceremony.